commitment to the safe return of Venezuelan connationals amid the massive deportation campaign being carried out by the U.S. administration of President Donald Trump. This Conviasa airplane is arriving straight from Texas. Let's listen to the Minister of Interior, Justice and Peace, Diosdado Cabello, who is offering statements.
On this March, Sunday 30th, at 2:08 hours, there is a new plane landing with Venezuelan migrants, 175 Venezuelan migrants coming back to our country, and this 175 migrants sent from the United States back to Venezuela after having suffered persecution and a mistreatment. They have all been accused of being members of the Tren de Aragua criminal group. For the first time, this is the first time that one of these flights has one migrant which is being of interest for the American justice, but he's not part of the Tren of Aragua. He belongs to the state of Trujillo. For the first time, after over 1,000 people, this is the first time that there is one of the migrants in one of those flights that actually is being sought by American justice, or that had issues with American justice. We expected this flight earlier. They had announced over 200 people on the flight, but it's only 175. I guess they're not as orderly on this issue as they should. I said it before. They change all the details about the flight at the very end. They are creating a sort of logistic mess, because no one should leave an airport without declaring where they're going to. So they have their operations a little bit out of control, and that has nothing to do with us. The initial information that all of the people on the flight are members of the Tren de Aragua, that's not true. That is a stigmatizing statement, criminalizing Venezuelans. We have said this many times. Anyone who comes on those flights with a criminal record, whether it's been in Venezuela or by Interpol, we will act according to the law. If they had made any crime, committed any crime in the United States, they should have been tried in the United States. That should be the mechanism. If they assaulted anybody in the States, charges should have been pressed in the United States. And from now on, they should be more careful in the way they organize these flights. Regarding logistics, we will keep it as usual, as we have been doing so far. But today they are going to use a different tunnel. And they will enter directly into a room where they will be taken care of. Why are you changing the procedure on this flight, which is the first flight carrying an American flag? Well, I think I said, and everything I said before, there is the answer to your question. They changed the number of passengers coming. It's kind of messy. They can fly to Venezuela, same as we have flown to Venezuela, to the United States, I'm sorry. That's why I said they should be more clear on the whole procedure. That's on their part. We have nothing to do with all this mismatching of information. Okay, so far, how many people have arrived on these flights? I think it was around 1,279, plus the 175 arriving now. But from all of that, only one of those persons actually belongs to the Tren de Aragua and is arriving today. I'm sorry, he belongs to another gang operated in Trujillo State, not to the Aragua band. We expect these flights to come regularly, but then there was a notification today by the government to the oil partners. How is this going to play in the future? We have made a commitment to flight our migrants back home. We don't know which airline we use, but the change in airliners has to do with the messy way they're handling. They should agree on the way they should be carrying out these operations. Let's hope today's experiment works. They have a kind of convoluted procedure. They made a convoluted procedure this time. They changed the destination airport at the end. Yeah, we are in direct communication with authorities. Of course, we know what time the plane is arriving, and we have to coordinate all that with the ministry. They leave the United States with a flying permit to fly over Venezuelan territory. It's the same format, but a different way to put it in place. It may be that Conviasa may not travel to a certain country, and then we charter a flight, and we send that flight. That's just normal. It's just part of the operation. This is part of the return to Homeland operation. But this is a violation of the human rights of Venezuelans in El Salvador. On Thursday, do we have still the number of 10 people with criminal records? Yes. The procedure is the same. The flight makes a stopover in El Salvador. Venezuelans step down, and they are flown back to Venezuela. That was Captain Diosdado Cabello.
We were listening to the Minister of